The single most badass moment I have ever seen in my life. I have contemplated if there is one that is just as badass or even more badass, and I literally cannot think of one. I saw Yair Rodriguez's last second reverse elbow, weird kind of finish that is almost too spectacular to describe, win over the Korean Zombie in Denver, Colorado back in 2018. I saw that, but I did not see this coming, and I did not think that Max Holloway would be able to fight the kind of disciplined fight that he did. Because I did pick Justin Gaethje in my prediction video, admittedly, but I did say it was close because I knew Max Holloway would be a lot more prepared because of the size he was putting on and the amount of time he had to prepare for this fight. But I thought that Gaethje would be able to land the lead hook more than he did. He was landing them throughout the fight, but not enough. And he did actually drop Max Holloway at one point in the third or fourth round. I don't know. Everything that happened in the fight for me has been overshadowed from the finish. But Justin Gaethje was always dangerous. And I said on Twitter that Holloway is controlling the range. He's controlling the real estate. But Gaethje can land at any point. But Gaethje, his rigid stance didn't change throughout the fight. And I talked about his improvements before, where he wasn't throwing down in the pocket as much. He was prepared to fight on the outside more. And he was going to the legs a lot more than Max Holloway was. But he was also getting caught by Max Holloway's long-range punches. And I didn't give Max Holloway enough credit, which, is something which I wish I had. But regardless, this was a fantastic performance from Max Holloway because he pretty much won 3 rounds, I think. I think the only one he lost was the one that he was dropped in, which was a flash knockdown, but it was a solid one. And Max Holloway had the fight won in the bag, and the last 10 seconds came, and reminiscent of his victory over Ricardo Lamas back in 2016, that feels so long ago. He threw down in the pocket, he pointed to the canvas and said, let's throw, let's throw. They started swinging like crazy men for the fences, and Max Holloway landed a picture-perfect punch right on the temple of Justin Gaethje, and he went face first into the canvas. He was out cold. And my God, the bar I was at, everybody just lost their mind. Everybody was speechless. Everybody was like, what the flying hell did we just witness? And man, I have to repeat what I said at the start. The most badass moment I think I've ever seen in my life in a fight. I mean, to have a fight won, to point at the canvas and say, yeah, let's throw down, let's swing for the fences, we're BMFs. And to land the greatest knockout punch you have ever thrown in your life. Because that is greater than any knockout Max Holloway has had in his career. Greater than the Aldo wins, greater than the Ortega wins, which was from an accumulation of damage over time, etc., etc., is just unbelievable. Max Holloway is a credit to the sport. He is a treat. And we had the Hall of Fame announcement today of which fighters going into this year. I'd say that moment alone is worthy enough to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, Max Holloway is going to be in the Hall of Fame regardless, in the Pioneer and just the wing of legends. But that moment alone, I think, could be in the Fight Hall of Fame. Just again, I just cannot believe the incredible skill of Max Holloway. I mean, I'm still speechless. Now, to wrap this up, Max Holloway called out Ilia Topuira afterwards, and I really want to see that fight. I was disappointed Max Holloway was actually taking this fight against Gaethje because I felt he was going to come out not the same man that he was going in. And by the way, this was actually probably the least amount of damage Max Holloway has taken in many, many fights for quite a few years. And he said that he, again, wants Ilia Topuira. And Ilia Topuira, when the camera panned to him, didn't look very enthusiastic. There was none of that brashness. There was none of that confidence. He looked subdued. Now, one of my mates who, again, is a big UFC fan, and we've been going back and forth about the fights for years. He is not a big Topuira fan. He's a big Volkanovski fan. And he said that he felt Topuira looked scared. I wouldn't quite go that far, but I was disappointed by Topuira's demeanor. I was like, where was that confidence? And yeah, I feel Max Holloway, with all due respect, I know he just did the incredible in the Incredibles moment, but he's not going to beat Islam Makhachev with that kind of style. Makhachev is just going to double leg him, and Max Holloway has never faced a wrestler remotely close to Makhachev. But with that being said, I feel Max Holloway could cut the extra weight that he put on over time and face Ilia Topuria later this year, because Topuria, he doesn't have the same kind of challenges that are lining up, really, because I know Movsar Evloev put through his name in the hat, but not really many people are clamoring for that. And let's face it, you can only do a title fight involving Max Holloway unless he leaves the division officially, because he has the best resume out of all of the fighters except for Volkanovski. And again, this guy, I am not going to write him off going into the Ilia Topuria fight. I have Ilia Topuria ranked very highly, but I haven't been very happy. I've been a bit disappointed with his demeanor since winning the title. Max Holloway, I mean, my God, we have to appreciate this legend while he is around. What an incredible performance. So let me know what you guys think down below. What is next in your opinion? Can we please get Max Holloway in the cage with Ilia Topuria? Let's make this happen, Dana White. Drop your thoughts down below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.